Hello, and welcome to the Annual Marketing Planning Workbook How-To Guide. I'm Lana Harris, President and Director of Marketing for Robot Creative. If you're not familiar with Robot Creative, we've been in business for more than 20 years, working with local, regional, and national businesses to develop the strategies and tools they need to reach their business goals. We do this by focusing on branding and identity, strategic marketing planning, and building ideal outsourced marketing teams for our clients. I lead our marketing department and facilitate strategic planning and ongoing marketing services for our clients. Being in the industry for more than 20 years myself, the biggest challenge I've seen with businesses, small and large, is not only creating a marketing plan, but then executing on it in a way that allows them to learn what works, what doesn't, and how to make smart changes along the way. So today, I hope to show you how you can take a meaningful step towards building a strategic marketing plan for the new year that takes you and your business further, no matter what the world throws at us next. The first section is your marketing snapshot. This is where you identify how much time you really have within your work week to work on the marketing for your business. If you have internal team members that also assist you in that, please fill out both your time thinking and working on marketing activities and their time. What we're trying to find out here is how much time in a given work week or a given month you can actually devote to the marketing strategies for your business. On the next page, we're going to step back and think about your business and your overall annual goals. It's important to understand what the business goals are before you dive into marketing initiatives and tactics. After all, if you don't know where you want to end up, it's hard to get the oars in the water rowing in the right direction. So take a few minutes here and identify your top high-level business goals. Do you have a sales target, customer acquisition number, market share or geographic expansion goal? Jot any of these down, and then I want you to think through what the priority list and what you really need to accomplish in the next 12 months. Remember, these are business goals, not marketing goals. We'll get to the marketing goals later. Now that we know what we're trying to accomplish, let's get into what I consider the fun part, the audience and activity brainstorm. You can print off as many of these sheets as you need because you should fill one out for each product or service line that you have. So keep that in mind as you work through this. Each sheet should be narrow focused in onto a single service line or product category. So to begin this section, you're going to fill in the product or service lines you're focusing on. At the top of each page, we're going to fill in the target audience groups that you want to buy or be interested in that product or service line. Target audiences could be different demographic audiences, like affluent moms living in the zip code 78209. Or it could be C-suite or director level IT executives in the Central and South Texas region. The key is everyone is not an audience. If you can't describe your audience in segments of a total population, then you don't understand your consumer base well enough. I'm assuming that you have more than one, so spend time thinking through those and writing each one of them down. You'll notice you have several lines to write down your audience groups, per product line or per service line. Lastly, jot down at least 3 marketing tactics that you could use to reach that specific target audience. This could be anything from direct mail to sales outreach to targeted digital advertising. Think about where you can find these audience groups. What social platforms do they frequent? Are they likely to be Google searching for your product or service, or do you need to educate them and create that demand? Are they one-time transactional customers, or do you want them to be repeat purchasers where you build a relationship over time? Now that we have a strong list of tactics, we need to figure out if you have the capacity to implement them. As you work on the next page, you're going to transfer the activities you put on the previous page onto this activity schedule. Next to the activity name, fill in the date or frequency of delivery of this tactic. Is it a flighted television buy? Is it a one-time mailer based on new homeowners in your trade area? Is it a weekly social posting schedule? Then you'll fill out how you're going to measure the effectiveness. Is it phone calls, clicks or opens, coupon code redemptions? How are you going to determine whether or not this activity is successful? The time estimate column is where you enter how long it's going to take you to not only create the activity, but also the time to manage it. Be honest here, because at the end of the day, you don't want to either underestimate and not be able to get everything done, or overestimate and cut really good ideas from the list when you didn't think you had time for it. And lastly, the cost estimate. Here's where you enter your expected external expenses. Is it an ad buy? Do you have printing or postage costs? Is there a monthly subscription fee involved, like when you use MailChimp or another email provider? Now, this may seem tedious and you're going to spend a little bit of time on this one for sure, but I want you to really pay close attention to the time and cost estimates. Remember at the beginning when I had you think through how much time in a given week or month you had to devote to marketing? Well, this is where you find out if you're overcommitting yourself to tactics you don't have time or budget to execute on. Now, in this next section, we're going to talk about post-execution. It's great to have a plan, and most everyone can take a plan and start executing from it. But a lot of things can go awry as time goes on and your plan is trying to survive the battlefield. The biggest risk factors to your plan being a success this coming year are rigid inflexibility and willy-nilly plan changing. Yes, those are the official terms. You don't want to be so rigid that you stick to a plan that isn't ever going to work, or be so eager to make changes when things don't work right away that you throw out a really good plan that just needed time to germinate. The key is to find a middle ground. Using an activity report to assess your marketing activities on a weekly, monthly, and quarterly basis will give you the insights and learning you need to make informed decisions to stay the course or adjust for performance improvement. And it's important to realize not every tactic can be measured at the same intervals. Brand lift activities take longer to see the effect. Direct response should be more immediate. For this sheet, fill out all the things that you plan to do, but also add to it over time as new tactics arise. Make sure that you document both time and dollar allocations as well as how you measured each tactic for success. And give it a grade. Looking at this monthly at a minimum is definitely recommended. Now this sheet goes with the previous one, and it's a great template for reporting to upper management, giving them a snapshot of the monthly activities. You can use this as a cover sheet to more detailed reports that you send out regularly. A great start to using these last 2 pages is to create an activity report and summary for this current year. Sit down with a blank activity report and fill everything that you've done this year. Look at the reports and overall numbers and grade each activity. Write a summary report for the year and identify any insights that can help you kick off the new year. Play the start, stop, keep game. From your activities, which should you start doing differently, which should you stop doing altogether, and which should you keep? If you do this activity for the current year, you'll already have a great start on your activity brainstorm for the coming year. And with that, congratulations! You have finished the tutorial and should have a really great start to your marketing plan for next year. If you have any questions about this process, please feel free to reach out to us for a free consultation. And you can learn more about how we help companies like yours with their planning on our strategic marketing page. Thank you for watching and hope to talk to you soon.